What's good, y'all? What's happening? What's good, y'all? What's happening? What's good, y'all? What's good, y'all? What's good, y'all? What's happening? What's good, y'all? What's happening? It's Asia, whatever homegirl coming back at y'all with another one. But it ain't answer phones happening. That's me. Listen, y'all. We'll get into a couple things today. Today is Talk to Me Tuesday. So today, that means I'm your Talk to Me homegirl. That means I need y'all to interact with me in the comments. I'm working on my editing, okay? It's gonna get better. But talk to me in the comments, because what good would a Talk to Me Tuesday be if I'm just talking to myself? Don't do me like that. Don't do me like that. Okay, so per usual, I got my notes, y'all. So if y'all see me looking down, I take notes. I take notes, y'all. You know, because God been dealing with me about being prepared. He like, Asia, you gotta be more prepared. In my mind, I have it all figured out up here. And then I'm like, okay, let's spring into action though. And he like, you know, in the words of Lion King, be prepared. Come on, y'all. I've been having a song in my heart for the past hour or so. And let me tell y'all something. Y'all ever had a song in y'all heart where you just go around the house singing it in your mind? You hitting all them notes. That's how I've been feeling. I've been feeling like this song been in my heart for the past like hour or two. Okay, that song, we done came too far. I come this far by faith, leaning on the Lord, trusting in His holy word. He hasn't failed me, baby. That song has been in my heart for the past hour, okay? If y'all want to do a sing-along, baby, don't play with me now. I can't sing. I ain't got no vocals, but it do not stop me, okay? Because God look at the heart of a man. And if the song is pure from my heart, God will receive it, okay? Well, that song has been in my heart, child. It really has, okay? I come this far by faith. I had to bust the song out. Because it was right here. And it was like, Asia, you gotta let it out, okay? I had to sing the song for y'all. Leaning on the Lord. Come on, sing with me, y'all. Come on. Trusting in His holy word. Is it word or name? Don't matter, both of them. Come on. He hasn't failed. They say me yet. I don't say yet. Yet is an indication that He gonna fail. And the last I read, God ain't failed nobody. So I say He hasn't failed me. Y'all know Black Love, we always got to remix something. Okay? We got to put our own spin on it. You know, as they say back in the day, put our own stank on it. You know what I'm saying? Baby, Black folks going to give you a good remix. You ain't got to ask for it. It's guaranteed. But that song has been in my heart, y'all, for like the past hour or so. You know what I'm saying? That's just God. That's God reminding me saying, baby, let me tell you something, Asia. You come this far by faith, leaning on me, trusting in me. I ain't failed you. You ain't got nothing to look back to. Nothing. It's going to take too long to go back anyway. And if I go back, what I'm going back to? Square one? I'm not finna go back to square one. See, look, I'm getting sidetracked. I'm from the church. Y'all know I'm long-winded, so I got to hurry up. I ain't even got on my topic yet. Y'all, we be in church. Pastor be like, now let's get into the word. It's been 30 minutes. You ain't got into the word yet? I got a dinner reservation after service. I'm going to have to tip out a little early. Look, and that's me. So, that's that on that. Let's get into today's topic. So, today's topic is have we been trusting in the Lord with our whole heart? Have you been trusting in God with your whole heart? That's the topic. It's a topic, it's a question. Have you been trusting in God with your whole heart? Come on now, talk to me in the comments. Don't do me like that. So, the scripture that I'm coming out of is Proverbs 3:5-6. And it says, trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not to your own understanding. Verse 6, in all thy ways acknowledge him and he will direct your path. Proverbs 3:5-6. And so I want to give a few people in the Bible who has trusted God with their whole heart. They never wavered in their faith. David trusted in God with his whole heart. And you could find David in 1 and 2 Samuel. Paul, aka Saul, he trusted in God with his whole heart. You could find him in Acts, the book of Acts. Abraham trusted in God with his whole heart. God told Abraham to leave his home where he was born and raised. He said, you got to leave them kinfolk. You got to go ahead over to the other side, not even the other side of town. Leave the state. Go 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 states over. And Abraham was like, okay. and that's just what it is. Abraham trusted God so much to the point he didn't question him. He trusted God with his whole heart, that he knew God would not lead him that direction. So I'm just saying that's what it means to trust God with your whole heart. That if God will tell you to leave the whole states, leave your family, leave your kinfolk, leave your job, leave that comfortable way, not even comfortable way, leave what you know behind, the familiar. I'm pretty sure Abraham was like, this my mama, this my daddy now, this my brother now, you know what I'm saying, they're my cousins, all that. And God was like, and that's real cute for them, but I'm going to need for you to go and pack up your stuff, and I'm going to need for you to go ahead and leave. And he did that. Okay? And then you can find Abraham in the book of Genesis, I believe, chapter 11, starting around chapter 11. Moses, he trusted in God with his whole heart. He really did. Even though God had called Moses to go back to Egypt, because, baby, let me tell you something. Moses, he did the crime and he couldn't do the time. Baby, Moses said, I did the crime, I can't do the time. He said, I can't beat the case, so I gotta do the race. Baby, he hit it. Moses was the first runner. He's a track star. Baby, he hit it. He said, I done committed a crime, I can't do the time. Left. Baby, they see his smoke. He was roll running up out of there, okay? Moses dipped. And God said, baby, let me tell you something. You can dip all you want. You can go, how low can you go? Can you take it to the floor? God said, baby, you can take it to the floor. But you got to go back to Egypt where you committed that crime. Because I got a job for you to do. And Moses was like, can you find somebody else? God said, no. And so Moses was like, can you send somebody with me? And God was like, I'm going to send your brother Aaron with you. And that's Moses like, I bet. But he had to do it. He trusted God the whole way. The whole way. The way God showed up for Moses, God has never showed up for anybody else in the Bible like that, ever. Read it. The way God showed up for Moses in Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, and Deuteronomy. You can find Moses in all those chapters. Those are the books of Moses. That's why they call it the books of Moses. Because God was literally laying the foundation, laying the way, the rules and regulations of how stuff should be done through Moses. Like, God called Moses his friend. God didn't call a lot of people his friend. He ain't called nobody his friend. Moses about the only one that he called his friend. So the way that, you know what I'm saying, God showed up for Moses, he didn't really show up for a lot of other people like that. He just didn't. But Moses trusted God with his whole heart. His whole heart. And he was just like, I gotta do what he say, because his way is the best way. Right? And so Elijah and Elisha, you can find them in 1 and 2 Kings as well. And that's just to name a few, because it's a whole lot of them in there. They trusted in God with their whole heart, right? And so a couple questions I want to pose to y'all. And these is questions, I'm going to answer the questions too, but I want to just pose the questions, just throw them out there. So talk to me in the comments, just let me know, answer some of the questions, and, just tell me how y'all feel about some of the stuff I'm saying, but more so answer the questions. I would like for y'all to answer the questions, because I want to, read y'all thoughts. And so the first question is, do you trust in God? Do you trust in God? Do we trust in God? I put myself in there. Do we trust in God? It's the first question. Second question, is it hard for us to trust God? Is it hard for us to trust God? Why? How is your trust journey with God? If you're currently on a trust journey with God, how is that trust journey? How is your trust journey with God? How's that going? How's that working out for you? Have we given our whole heart to God? Have we given our heart to God? Not even our whole heart. Have you given your heart to God? Because giving somebody your heart, that come in steps. Some people get a heart, you know what I'm saying, to a man or woman too fast now. And some people take their steps with it. Like, it's levels to this. And sometimes that's how we treat God. Like, it's levels to this. And God is like, I understand, that you gave me your heart. We gonna give our heart to God a little bit at a time, because God is just he's gracious, he's merciful, and God is also a gentleman. He doesn't just embark on us and say, give me your heart. You know what I'm saying? Or if you ain't gonna give me your whole heart, then I can't work with you. He don't do that. So he understands the things that we have been through. So God understands if we just say, God, I got to give you my heart a little bit at a time. And God will say, okay. So as you give him a little bit, he'll take a little, he'll give a little, he'll work a little bit out of you. He'll work a little bit out of us. And you know what I'm saying? And after a while, we'll look up and then, we will realize that we have given God our whole heart, because, God will see that we are starting to trust him more and more. And then we will see that we are starting to trust God more and more, to the point that God will never hurt us or harm us. And so it's just easier to give of ourselves to something or someone when we fully start to trust that person or thing. And, in this case, it's God. So God he's understanding. So don't ever think that if I don't give God my whole heart, then he's not going to bless me. He will. It's just that he'll work at our pace, because he don't want to run us off. He want to just let us know that he hear us and he's adhering to our requests that we're putting into him. So God because he know we're not coming at him with demands. Like, oh God, well, I got demands. And God is just like, okay, let's not do that. But if you want to negotiate with me, that's fine. Like the Bible says, come and let us reason together. So God is open for you reasoning with him, to say, God, let's talk about it. Let's come to the table. Let's work some things out. And God will do that for us. So if you go to God and you say, God, you know what? I just got to do a little bit of time. God will say, okay, that's fine. And then, you and God would just talk it out back and forth, until y'all come to a happy medium. And then, from there, your trust journey with God will just be, a lot better, over time. That's how it goes, right? So that's just like my little spiel, that I didn't write that down. It's just, that just came to me at this moment. And so, do we lean to our own understanding because we don't trust God to make the right decision? That's a question. And then last question I have is, are we acknowledging God in all of our ways? Are we acknowledging God in all of our ways? Or are we acknowledging God in some of our ways? Do we put God in certain categories, certain boxes, say, God, you know what? I'll acknowledge you when it comes to my kids, but I'm not going to acknowledge you when it comes to maybe someone I'm dating, or I'm not going to acknowledge you when it comes to my mama, or I'm not going to acknowledge God when it comes to my job, but I'll acknowledge God when it maybe comes to buying a house. Stuff like that. So we'll pick and choose where we want to acknowledge God at, but not allowing him, but not acknowledging him in every way, shape, or form. So I'll answer the questions quickly for myself. So do I trust God? Yes. At this point in my life, I trust God like fully, 100%. I really, really do. And if I get to a point where I start to doubt any moment, I stop myself. I say, ain't no reason to doubt. There's no reason to doubt. If I get scared or fearful for any reason, I'll put on the scripture. I just say, God said he has not given me the spirit of fear, but a power, love, and of a sound mind. I have no reason to be afraid. I have no reason to fear. I have no reason for none of that. I have no reason for doubt at all. And so that's just what I do. So I didn't used to trust God. I didn't, because I just felt like trusting God was too much work. I'm just going to be honest. I was like, God, that's too much work. I just don't feel like that. My mama trusts you. That's good enough for me. So if I need a request from you, I just go to her and have her pray to you, get the answer, she'll give it to me. That's just how I was. And God was just like, okay, how long you think you finna keep doing this? So I trust God now 100%, legit. So is it hard for me to trust God? Not no more. It used to be, because I just didn't want to. I just didn't want to do it. It was, to me, it was too much work. Trusting God, having faith in God, and doing what God say for me to do. Because it's like living a life. I'm a Christian, but it's like, you have to live like the Christian life. I wasn't doing nothing dumb. I was just lazy. I didn't want to pray. Praying was too hard for me. I was like, I just don't want to do it. Reading the Bible was too much for me. I just didn't want to do it. And I was just like, I mean, if I can like be a Christian, go to church, but not like do all the stuff that it takes. And God was like, when I started taking half a loaf. And so that's just for me. So it used to be hard for me to trust God. Now it's not. It was hard for me to trust God because, like I said, I was just lazy. And how is my trust journey with God? My trust journey now is a whole lot better with God, because I trust God 100%. Because I was one of them people where I had to like slowly walk myself through things with God. I had to slowly be like, okay, God, you know what I'm saying? Just, work with me as I work with you, as we work together. Stuff like that. Like, creating me a clean heart, oh God, and renew a right spirit within me. Like, that's one of my favorite scriptures, because I always want to keep my heart right with God. And David is a prime example of that. Is that things David did, like when he, slept with Bathsheba and that whole story. God looked at his heart to see if it was a malicious intent, and it wasn't. It wasn't a malicious intent. And so, I mean, it was wrong, and God dealt with him about that. The same way God deal with us now about things that we do. But it's just that God looks at the heart. So for me, that's one of my favorite scriptures is creating me a clean heart, oh God, and renew a right spirit within me. And let me see. How have I given my heart to God? I've given my heart to God because I want to always keep my heart right with God. That's why it's easy for me now to give my heart to God. So that's why. So answer the question. Yes, I've given my whole heart to God. At any moment that in which I feel like something in my heart ain't right, or I feel something arise, I go to God quick. I be like, God, whatever's in my heart, take it out, reveal it to me so I can pray against it. I maybe throw a little fasting on there, something. And that's what I do. So do I lean to my own understanding because I don't trust God to make the right decision? Not no more. I used to, not no more. Okay? I used to be like, God, it's just, I seen some of the things you told these folks to do. And I was like, so God told you to stand on the whole corner with a sign? What was that for? And then when the lady told me her story afterwards, I was like, wow. You know what I'm saying? So God would just have us doing things to see, like, one, if we're going to do it, if we're going to be obedient, and if we're going to trust him to do these things. Right? And am I acknowledging God in all of my ways? Now I am. I'm acknowledging God in all of my ways. When it comes to my hair, so like I love braids a whole lot, and I have went back to the traditional box braids because the knotless is okay, but to me, I just like the traditional box braids and whatnot. But my hair, my real hair, is a journey. I had to learn my real hair, and it's me and my real hair is in a intense like love affair, okay? And I'm learning my hair more and more every day and what works with it. So I even learned to trust my hair with God, because in the Bible it says that God knows, he knows the number of hairs on our head. That's how concerned God is about us. That's how concerned God is about us. He knows the number of hairs on our head. I said, so God, if you know the number of hairs on our head, then I mean you can help me with my hair growth journey and my hair battles and my hair struggles, because I'm struggling like with my real hair. Because it's a whole lot, I'm not going to talk about it now, but my real hair, I was just like, right now, we don't get along, we don't see eye to eye, but I love her and she loves me. Yeah, y'all like, do you refer to your hair as a girl? Come on now. That's just what it is. Come on. We name our car. I'm not finna get into it. So, yes. Now, all these questions I ask, I'm doing it now. Because now I trust God. I trust God. 100%. So, trust in the Lord with all my heart. I do. And lean not to your own understanding. And in all thy ways acknowledge him, and he will direct your path. That's all I got. I ain't got nothing else, y'all. Okay? Like, comment, share if you care. On this channel, I talk Christian faith-based content. I talk about God the Father, Jesus Christ the Son, and the Holy Spirit the Comforter. That's what I do on this channel. And until next time, always remember, if God be for us, who can be against us? I'm Asia, your whatever homegirl. And until next time, talk to y'all later, alligators. Bye.